Hey, hello, welcome to my setup of the week. First of all, last week was a very bearish week because there are a lot of things going on in the market, and the last day on Friday it was bullish. The Nasdaq went up with approximately 2.5%, and also the Euro market went up as well. The general market was bullish on Friday, so which was good. For me at the moment, because of the bearish sentiment in the market, I only look for short trade, and what I do, I set up my trade on Sunday, so I have everything set up and ready to go. My trading strategy is more or less a swing trade, but it does happen that during the week, if I find a specific setup, I just get into the market and see how it goes. And yeah, so that being said, let's jump to my setup for the week. Now I'm just going to increase this screen so it's perfect, so you can see. I don't really like using a lot of technical analysis. I just try to keep it simple and easy, so I have a clean chart. So what you're seeing here is my exponential moving average. I did remove the 20 exponential moving average. I kept the 50 and the 100 moving average. My first stock on my watch list is the Acadia Pharmaceutical Incorporation. So this is a pharmaceutical company. Last week, the whole of last week, it was really setting higher highs, higher lows. But if we look at the general sentiment of this stock, see, it's like in a bearish market, dropping down. But you also see my line here. This is also a support level that has become a resistant level at the moment. So it's really good to always draw these lines to give you a clear overview, a clear sight of what the market is doing at the moment. So what I usually do, I look for the overall trend sentiment of the market, and so with the setup I know what I'm looking for, if I'm going to go for a long position or a short position. And for this, it should be a short position. So we see the market drop down a little pullback here, and a big drop. So here a pullback, drop, pullback, drop. So let me just give you a step-by-step way I enter the market. So first we have a drop here, the huge drop, and so I don't really enter the market here, but some people do enter the market when the price closes below the 50 moving average. And yeah, I could have entered here because you see the price dropped below the 50 moving average, and then it pulled back, but it was rejected because the moving average serves now as resistance level. So it pulled back, and this is the big drop. So but my strategy when I'm trading, I'm going short, I look for two pullbacks. So first, this is the big pullback, you can also take this as a pullback. So one, another pullback, two, and then you enter after you see a confirmation. But I wouldn't I didn't enter in the market because it was really far from the 50 moving average. So what I did, I just left it and ran. I do enjoy, and here of course I do trade as well, support and resistance level. Here I didn't trade, but I was just looking for a short position. So this was the first pullback. So first pullback here, the second pullback, then it ranges. So which means when there is a double bottom or double top, the can't reset so itself. So here I had my first count, a pullback, and again, but instead of the second count, the price range between these currently between 15.26. Then in this moment I didn't really count. I was just waiting again because I could have taken a swing trade, just like just take a long trade here, but it wouldn't be really high probability setup. So what I did, I waited, and then we can also see here from this point, just bring it back, and my trend line, see the price setting higher highs, higher lows. So this part, the price is changing, setting higher highs. So at this moment you can also like, all right, I can go for a long trade, but what I did, I just waited it out. Okay, I mean, you can take the risk, but for me, I just like to be patient and then take the trade once I'm really confident with setup. So the market went up, then broke above the 100 moving average, then dropped down. So we saw the market drop down significantly, and which was a gap down, and then so I just drew my setup here. So it's also in the bearish trend. Sorry, I went up, down. So it's my first count, one, and then the second run, and then we are seeing a pullback here. This is my second count, then it went up again, but what you can see here is that this support level now becomes a resistance level, and it's a solid resistance level. So it touches 1, 2, and a couple of lines back forward here. So what I did for this week, I believe and I hope that the market keep dropping, because we saw a big engulfing here. So we saw a big engulfing, or a big red candle. So it broke the trend line. So I'm expecting a bounce back to retest the resistance level, which is now the previous support level, which is now the resistance level. It comes back to test it, and it pulls back here. So this setup, it's approximately, hopefully throughout the week, I can make the first take profit would be at 13.93, and the second take profit would be at the end of 12.70. So this is my first setup for the week. And then the second on the list would be Continental. This is also a European. So if you are trading in the Europe market, because I do trade both markets, just to get that, but I'm more or less looking to the European, the US market. So this is my setup for this. So the general market trend is down, bearish market. So yeah, so we have this is my setup. So I just created the channel. So I mean, I did a couple of trade this already with this. First of all, we moved up. The market moved up. So the pullback, which is the first one, and then the second. So which is the first, then the pullback, second, let's pull back here. So now I'm looking for a short trade. Then I saw something that looks like a reverse hammer, so which is also good because it's a red hammer. So then I'm waiting for confirmation. I see the red candlestick, then I entered after this when it was forming, and we had a big move down. I left the trade at this point. So I just left this trade because it was like having a double bottom here. So I left the trade here, so which was also a good price from 73 approximately 72.82 to 68. So which was a good trade. Then I let the market run a little bit. So we had also the first one pull. So this is already a confirmation that we are in the bearish channel, because this is the first form. The second one, this is the confirmation as well. But if you prefer to have at least 2 or 3 confirmations, so this the first confirmation, second confirmation, so your first trade will likely be from the third confirmation, and it's also work as well. So then I'm looking for another way to enter the market. So I wait. Yeah, this is the first one, so it's like a run, but yeah, indecision the market here, like smaller doji, and it went up, and I could have entered the market here, but I think at that moment I was not really I was not looking into this trade, but it was a good signal because we saw the market moved up, and the red let's see, it was a hammer, and also on the 150 exponential moving average, which also serves as a resistance. So then the big move, then if you should have entered the market from here, but now what I'm going to show you is my setup for this week, which is, so we have the big move, then the pullback one. So this is the big move down, the pullback, and the big move again, the pullback. So we have this same here, so which is the big move down, the pullback, the big move down. You see the pullback again, and what we are expecting again is the pullback. So we expect, and this big candle was from on Friday, because it was really I think Friday was a good day in the market. So for this week I expect the market to move down to retest this double bottom again. So my trade, my setup, as you can see here, it's like 1.69 trade risk reward ratio. So I'll just put this to the end of the week and see how it goes. And my stop loss, you decide how to set up your stop loss. For mine, I usually if I'm trading close to the exponential moving average, I set my stop loss slightly above the exponential moving average. We give the price or breathing space to move, so in order to avoid getting knocked out easily. And this is my setup for this week for these two stocks, one in the US market, the other in the European market.